Hi, me again. Today I would like to talk about grounding. And grounding is very important to ground your energies. You stay more centered. Um, you can ground through meditation, that's very good, but we don't always have time to meditate. And some of us are a little resistant to meditation, and I have always been that way. I tend to meditate through movement, and maybe that's you too. At any rate, we can ground our energies through stomach meridian, but the fastest, simplest way to do it is to go into your kitchen drawer, find a spoon. Now, do make sure it is a spoon that will connect to a magnet. It needs to have that magnetic property. And when you find that spoon, come back and do this with me. Our our energies in the body, our meridian energies from traditional Chinese medicine, and you might know them from acupuncture. Those energies are electromagnetic, as are our hands, which in future videos we will use our hands to move the energy. But for grounding in particular, the spoon, a magnetic spoon, will help. Not all spoons are actual stainless steel that will stick to a magnet, so do check. Check that first. Otherwise, you're not going to have success. This is actually an old story from me. I used to live on a boat, and consequently, I really wasn't grounded most of the time. Had never been seasick ever, although on occasion, when I would go ashore, um, it would almost be like the ground was moving because I was so used to the movement of the boat. The stillness of walking or standing on the earth used to throw me off. Anyway, I had done these grounding exercises with a spoon more than once, and I didn't feel a difference. And then we did a little energy medicine conference on board my vessel. And that day, when we were talking about grounding, it came up that I never felt like I had success with grounding myself with a spoon. So, sure enough, my friend and cohort said, go get a spoon and get a magnet. And we tested my spoons, and I had only one on board that could do the job, that would stick to a magnet. So, right there on board the boat, what did we do? We grounded my energies, and I have never been so seasick in my life. Now, I suggest if you're on board a boat right now, don't do this. Wait until you're ashore with your feet and your being grounded into the earth. It was later at a conference that we were actually preparing for with this little mini conference on board my boat. It was later at that conference that we mentioned to Donna Eden, who is one of the many people I studied with. She is fabulous, and you can find her online. Um, Someone brought up the question about the grounding, and my friend, of course, mentioned to her what had happened to me with the seasickness. Someone who had never ever experienced seasickness before, not even on a ship in 25-foot seas. So she saw very clearly what had happened. That by doing the grounding on board the boat, she could see the waves sort of beneath my feet. And I grounded into that energy of movement. And that's what threw me off that day. Anyway, that's just a short little story. But if you have your spoon, magnetic spoon, so that it works, and you are on dry terrain, do this along with me. This is excellent. It can be excellent for foot pain as well, if you're on your feet all day. If you're out marching for the rights of all, this is a good thing to do, both before and after. You're just going to take that spoon and you are going to run it along the bottom of your foot 3 times. And that will effectively ground your energies. And at the same time, it pulls any stagnant energies down the meridians and out and off your body. So it is helpful for pain too. And the one last thing I'd like to say about the spoon is it can help to calm your whole nervous system. If you feel like your nervous system is in overdrive, you're stressed, you've been stressed too long, and it's affecting your nervous system, simply take that spoon and run it. You can run it actually from your forehead, over the top of your head, and all the way down the back of your spine. And do that a couple of times, preferably on your skin rather than on top of clothing. But it will still work through the clothing because it's the electromagnetic energies that you can't see or probably sense, but those are working for you. Energy is the basis of all of life. We are energy. So let's learn to work with our energies for better health, more vitality, and a brighter, happier outlook on life. Cheers to that. See you next time.